everybody, it's Erica Galinas from the Mike McCaddy team at Century 21 Affiliated, here to give you our Lowell market update. I've been a little busy, as I'm sure everybody else has been a little busy, so we're actually going to cover 2 months. I think the last one I did was in April, so we'll go ahead and do May and June numbers. And it's kind of interesting because the May numbers were kind of off based on April and June, but we'll go through them here. So in May, in town, we sold 30 units of real estate. So that's a townhouse, that's something, a foreclosure, a giant mansion, all the units. We had a total of 30. The total sales price was $5.3 million, which gives us an average sales price of $177,414, which is actually quite a bit lower than we had in April. In April, our average was $217,107. Average days on market in May was 43 days, which was actually pretty low. I am not too worried about that average sales price taking such a big dunk because when we look at the June numbers, May kind of sticks out as like an outlier, in our months of inventory so far. So in June, we sold 46 units for a total of $10.2 million. So even though we didn't sell twice as many, our sales prices were doubled from May. So that gives us an average of $223,854. Average days on market, 60 days, so about 2 months. So if we look at the differences between May and June, there's a $46,000 difference in average sales prices in May to June. So $177,000 to $223,000, which I thought was kind of unusual. So I went back 2 things. So our April numbers, so back basically at the beginning of the spring market, 38 units sold for $8.2 million gave us an average of $217,107, which is obviously far closer to that June average of the $223. So June to April, our prices went up about $6,700 in that time frame, which is pretty good for like 2 months. The other thing I noticed about our May numbers compared to June and April is that there were a lot of townhomes and duplexes sold in the month of May for whatever reason. I don't know if it was just, a lot of them hit the market. Obviously, most of the ones that were sold were these new construction townhomes that are going up in different parts of town. Townhouses and duplexes are obviously cheaper than a single-family home, which is probably one of the reasons why people buy them if they don't need, 5 bedrooms and 10 acres and stuff like that. So it looks like that May number was kind of just a little blip because there were so many townhomes and duplexes sold here in town that the June and April numbers are very similar and probably reflect a better average. So like I said, so for June, we're at $223,854, which is pretty darn good average sales price for Lowell. Certainly it's been going up and up and up over the past 12 months, maybe 18 months, slowly but surely. So we're actually in good shape. One of the reasons why, and I know I've talked about this before, we are in good shape because the Illinois buyers are coming here, or the Illinois buyers are coming to Munster and Dyer and all those places. Actually, the Mike McCaddy team, we have obviously a ton of agents in Illinois, and I've been talking with them a little bit, and they have sellers, but they don't really have a lot of buyers because all the buyers are coming here. So Lowell has either people coming here, people that work, maybe south of the city, more towards Joliet, so it's not as long as a drive, or the people who used to live in Munster are getting knocked out by the people who used to live downtown Chicago, and now the Munster people are moving to Lowell, and, kind of goes that way. So actually Lowell's in a fantastic position, again, still in this Lake County, Porter County, Northwest Indiana real estate market. As active listings right now, so this is something I always keep an eye on because we have so much new construction inventory versus existing housing inventory, and so when I work with clients, I always check out the new construction because it tends to depress the prices a little bit for already built homes, but it's also good for our property values because if they're building a lot of homes, that means your town is in demand and there's going to be all kinds of growth and stuff like that. So, rising tide lifts all boats, so that's good news. As of today, we have 115 active listings here in town. 98 of them, because we see all these signs for all these townhome developments and stuff like that, only 17 of that 115 are for the townhomes and duplexes here in town. 98 are for single-family homes, and these are the ones that are going in. Spring Run, there's a couple back there. Village Glen has a handful. There's also all these listings in Graythorne, which is the neighborhood. It's kind of been around a while. They've been trying to sell the lots, but there was the issue with the Ileana Toll Road and all kinds of different things. Those lots are now selling. People are now building back there, and they have a huge number of that new construction. So of that 115, 47 of them are new construction, like I said. Mostly Graythorn, Village Glen, Spring Run. There's little ones kind of dabbled here and there. I think Graythorn is the only subdivision that's going in right now, like, boom, here's the subdivision kind of thing. They're filling up little lots here and there, but that's the only big one. Of that 115, 68 houses are already built, existing houses. The one's built in 1942, and one's built, 5 years ago. So it's actually a relatively even number between the new construction and the existing homes. Again, our continued problem here in Lowell and all over the region is that there are not enough sellers. Now, I understand that you don't have to sell your house. A lot of people are very happy where they are. But if you are thinking of selling, please contact me. We can figure out where to go. We can figure out how much money you're going to get. If you're in a neighborhood you don't quite like, if you need more space, if you need less space, now is really the time to sell. There is no telling when this is going to change for us. Nationwide, there's been some concern about housing prices kind of flattening a little bit, and the home sales kind of slowing down. As of right now in our area, that's not happening, again, because of that Illinois issue. But again, no telling how long that's going to last. So if you are thinking of selling, no pressure, just give me a call or text me, and we'll put some numbers together to see if it makes sense. Where do you want to go, how much is it going to cost, all that kind of stuff. The other interesting thing, I don't really have any information on, but I've been kind of poking around. I don't know how many of you have headed out to I-65 from here in town and seen all the signs for Lowell Estates. So these big signs by a real estate company, coming soon, Lowell Estates, residential home sites. They are on both sides of Route 2. I can't figure out, because there must have been private sales or something like that, and they're not listed to build on yet. So I can't really figure out how much acreage there is, how many houses they're talking about, if they're talking about jamming 15 houses in an acre, or they're talking about big 1 acre lots. I have no idea. All I know is that there's these multiple Lowell Estate signs, which means that there is going to be a lot of new construction on the east side of town toward I-65 in the next, say, year. Again, I don't know exactly what their plans are, but in the next year, we're going to have a ton of new housing stock out there. So that means two things. One is that, well, three things actually. One is that hopefully we're going to get more commercial investment here in town and around town. So I don't really like suburban sprawl as much, and I don't know if we need like a Walmart on the corner or something like that, but it won't be too terrible, if we end up with enough population to sustain, a Taco Bell or something like that, you know what I mean? So that's actually good for the town. There's questions about traffic. I don't know. Well, let me put it this way. I have not seen any information that they're planning on doing anything to Route 2 in terms of widening it. So if, we have now all this traffic coming in, but, cars coming in from the west side of town. So 41, they're building all that stuff up off Parish and everything through Cedar Lake. So those people are kind of adding to it. So now we're going to have it from the east. We're going to have people coming in from I-65. Maybe people that work in Chicago take 894 I-65, head down to town, to that east side of town. I have not been able to uncover any information that they're going to be widening Route 2, which is not good. I am not an expert. I don't work with the state government or anything like that, so I'm not, obviously don't have access to all these records, but it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out over the next couple of years. The second thing is, all of that construction indicates that Lowell is valuable, which means if you own a house in Lowell, you own something valuable. Builders do so much math in terms of where they're going to build, what they're going to build, and how much money they can think they can get out of building. If they are investing money into acres and acres and acres of new housing on the east side of Lowell, then Lowell is a valuable place to be. So, if you're thinking of selling, now is the time. The third thing is that with those new houses, I know a lot of us moved here to get away from Panera Breads and Targets and strip malls and traffic and all that kind of stuff. Well, I totally understand. That's, we're a farm town. We have been for a long time. So the town is changing a little bit. If you are thinking, like, God, I don't want to deal with the traffic and what's going to happen and everything like that, call me. Again, no pressure, but I can get you information on places to move, that aren't very far away. Dumont is not very far away down Route 2. There are places closer to the Kankakee. There are places, west of town, close to the state line that are still pretty quiet and stuff like that. So if you live closer to town, you're not necessarily looking forward to all this new influx. Like I said, give me a call. We can figure out places for you to go, and now's the time to do it because the money is going to be there. So that's that for Lowell. Like I said, I gave you 2 months at once. again, with the May weird townhouse lower average sales price, but June seems to have gone right back up. So we are still in a really good position there. Yeah, give me a call if you're thinking, you know somebody who wants to move to town. I've lived here 20 years. I know all about it. If you want to move somewhere, in the area, also give me a call. I work all over Lake Porter, Jasper, Newton counties. I work for the Mike and Caddy team. It's Century 21 affiliated. We have offices in Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Florida. So we can certainly help you. And Century 21 is worldwide, so we can help you there as well. Yeah, give me a call. I'm happy. Spring and summer have been good so far, and I have no reason to believe it won't continue. 219-765-2062. You can call me anytime. You can text me anytime. You can send me a private message through Facebook. You can get a hold of me through Instagram. You can always email me, hsbyerica, H as in Sam, H as in Harry, S as in Sam, by B-Y, Erica, @gmail.com. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next month.